everyone to the Trading Success Blueprint, the Beginners Online Trading webinar. My name is Danny and I will give you the webinar today. Before we will begin, I would like us to go through a quick sound check and visibility check for the chart, and obviously to make sure that everybody can hear my voice loud and clear. Please use the question section to comment that the sound is in a proper level and that you can see the chart. And then I can, of course, know that everything is fine. Excellent. Thank you, Richard. Freddy, Yuri, Ching, very well. Okay. So, like I said, my name is Danny. We're going to learn some basic things today in the webinar, as this is the beginner's webinar, but we're going to have some practical tools to also carry on as an intermediate or advanced trader. Now, the webinar will happen in 3 steps. First, we'll have a nice introduction to AvaTrade, what we have in our facilities, what features we have that you can enjoy along your journey with us. And then on the first part, we'll also cover some unique features that you can only find within this platform, which is the WebTrader. Okay, and it's embedded into the website, so you don't really need to download anything or do anything special. It's supposed to look just like that after you're logging in with your email and password. On the second part, as I was about to say, we're going to learn some practical things. We'll understand the logic behind certain things we're looking at here, leverage, and some other stuff we have here at the bottom, pending orders. We'll have a nice guide through also about the toolbar here at the top and some other things. And lastly, which is it became a bonus because we obviously want to cover those things, but if we'll have some spare time, perhaps we can have a little discussion about analysis, just on a nutshell. Okay, any capital markets and trading information disclosed in this webinar is provided for informative purposes only. It should not be constructed or applied as an investment advice, recommendation, or a suggestion. Now, guys, the webinar is recorded, so I get a lot of question if it's recorded, and the answer is obviously yes. It's going to be uploaded to YouTube to our channel within the could be even today. Usually, it's up to 2 days. That's the time, but it could be even today. I just don't want to give any commitments. And okay, so we can basically start. I just want to make sure that the webinar is recorded, as I just said, and then we're going to hit the road. So I'll be right back. Thank you very much. All right, guys, so everything seems in place, and we can simply begin the webinar. We're just going to get ourselves a lovely place for the notes. Excellent. Like I said, guys, this is a live webinar, so if something is not understood, you would like to stop me and ask something, you're free to use the question section at any given point. Yeah, let's just begin. So like I said, we're going to begin with the introduction. So as many of you know, we are a regulated company. We have 9 licenses worldwide. We exist since 2006, a very veteran company. And this is, like I said, this is the WebTrader. Okay, I'm just going to put it here. We're going to line down a few more platforms that we have. Okay, but just before I carry on with the platforms, in case you got any questions, any queries, anything you get stuck for some reason, you can contact the customer service. It's right here at the bottom left. Okay, it's right here at the bottom left. There is the chat, there is the WhatsApp section if you want. And if it doesn't look like this, which is not really occasional, but sometimes you don't get this picture, it looks a bit different, you can then send an email to customers to cs@avatrade.com. And they can either apply the interface on your account as it should be originally, or they can provide you with the assistance that you need. Okay, now this is the customer service. We also provide somebody who is called a senior account manager. Just a second, Vanicia, you have a question. Good day. Will you show us how to set up a watch list? I'm just going to show you just I think this is what you mean. Okay, so what I'm going to do is simply, I'm going to carry on with the senior account manager, manager in a minute, guys. Okay, I just want to show Venetia here and perhaps some others. If I fall down the chart by clicking here on the two tiny arrows, see two tiny arrows pointing on themselves. If I click it, it falls down. And I can choose what I want to see. Now, my watch list is defined by this tiny star. So I can put things in and out from it by, let's see if I have something. Yeah, there you go. So for instance, I want to add, you know what, let's remove Apple for the example, then we're going to put it back. So what I'm going to do is just to deselect the star. You saw Apple went away. Okay, don't worry about things that I'm doing swiftly. I will explain exactly how to do it in a minute. So I have Apple here. So what I'm going to do is just to click on the star. Oh, and then we're going to go to our favorite. So it's right here at the top. And hopefully, if I'll scroll all the way down, we have Apple here. Is this what you've been looking for? Perfect, perfect. That's wonderful. Okay, so this is a good question. I'm almost sure that it helped other people as well. So thank you. And okay, so let's just carry on with that. Let's just finish with that, and then we can carry on with ease. So what I was about to say, usually customer service can provide you with customer service, and a senior account manager can assist you with trading. Okay, now this up to a certain point, they're not going to tell you how to trade or what to trade, but I can definitely provide you with assistance to understand how the facility works with calculations, with certain, as you can see here, like I said, there's certain things here presented that you need to get familiar with, and an account manager can definitely assist you on that, so you can use it. And yeah, you can get an assignment for a senior account manager as soon as you're up and going. So if you've made a deposit and your account is verified, you can qualify for an account manager. So if you haven't received one, you can just contact the customer service and they can ask for a assignment. Okay, now I'm going to carry on with the platforms. As I said, this is the web trader. What I'm going to do is to put it here underneath, and we're going to syndicate it from the other more familiar, I can say more familiar platforms, perhaps. Okay, MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5, did I put it right? Yeah. Okay, and we also have the AvaSocial and AvaOptions. Okay, we're not going to go too far with AvaOptions, just to understand the idea. Oh, actually, I was about to say something about AvaSocial, but never mind. AvaOptions for itself also, it's a bit different concept. You probably understand. In here, we're trading CFDs. That means that we're buying and selling, and we can execute on the current price. And we're trading on the difference between the, let's suppose we're going to take something else like oil is an example. And because I have a dollar account, and this is a CFD platforms, so there is a contract for difference. What difference? The difference between oil and the dollar. Okay, you don't need to fully understand what I'm saying. I'm just saying that it's a bit different concept than AvaOptions, and whoever would like to trade options, to try options, this might be the best place to do it with, simply because the app itself is so accessible, and you can basically see potential prediction, which obviously can come very handy, and also for people who are already experienced in options. That's also an amazing app. Now, AvaSocial, what I was about to say is we're not going to go too far with AvaSocial. I'm just going to tell you that it's extremely handy as a beginner. And not just that, what it lets you do is it lets you, sorry guys, I have to sip a little bit. Okay, so what I was about to say with AvaSocial, so the idea behind it is really a social media platform. Okay, and by that I means that you can follow other traders. You have lists of other traders which you can pick from, and you can follow somebody to a point that you. So what does that mean to follow? Let me just elaborate a little bit about that. Okay, so we have two things. We have copy and we have follow. The differences are if I'm following somebody, a trader, so what happens is I'm getting the his positions, and it's for me to decide if I want to do as him or not. Okay, so I'm following somebody's strategy and I can execute or not. If I'm copy somebody, that means that it's going to run by itself. Okay, and I practically don't need to do anything. I'm linking here my account to his account. Of course, there is a little markup in between, and I'm just going to enjoy whatever results he has, obviously as long as our balances are compatible. Okay, it's also pretty logic, I guess. Yeah, that's basically it. So there is no disadvantage downloading AvaSocial. You should try it, obviously, if you're a beginner or not. And we're simply gonna carry on with the WebTrader and the AvaGo. So I'm just gonna go through a few features here, and then we can carry on with ease to the second segment. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to show you is basically the way that this interface looks on the beginning is usually this way, right? Can you use both MT4 and MT5 at the same time, or how do we switch? So basically there is the tiny arrow here. If I click it, it's going to fall down just to sharpen. Oh, sorry. You know what? Let me. I'm just going to reply to you, to the whole audience, so everybody can enjoy your wonderful question, Mr. Yuri. Okay, so what I was about to show is, first of all, yes, you can use both MT4 and MT5 at the same time, but you need to switch the account. What you need to do is, I'm not going to show you that now, but what you need to do is you need to create a sub account. Okay, and you can switch on the WebTrader. Now that means you see this tiny arrow here. If I click it, it's going to fall down some my other accounts that I have. It's going to, let me see if I can, yeah. So it folds down the accounts, as you saw, you see. Then I can switch the account that I want, okay? And I can just trade whatever account I want. This could be an MT4 account or MT5 account, is an example. And if you would like to do it on the different platforms, as you know, those are different platforms, although they correlate with the WebTrader. Okay, so I can do trades on MT4 and see it in here, or I can execute in here and see it on MT4 or MT5 if I want. Okay, but the account needs to be defined different. The account needs to be an MT4 account or an MT5 account, okay, for you to be able to log in with MT4 and for you to be able to log in with MT5. Okay, but in here, you can simply switch. Okay, as you saw, it didn't take me a second. I can switch in a second. Yeah, I think that pretty much it concludes. Is that what you were looking for, Yuri? Perfect. Okay, so we're just gonna carry on with ease. I think we pretty much cover that area. So I'm just gonna leave the WebTrader for now. Okay, and we're gonna carry on. Yeah, so as I was about to say, this is basically the default interface when I log into the website. That's what I'm gonna see. So the first thing I can do is just to click sell or buy to open here the execution window, which we're gonna speak about in a minute. And the second thing is to see the watch list, and everything we saw a minute ago is just to fall down the chart, to minimize the chart. There we go. You see how easy that was. No problem at all. And now I'm going to show you, let's begin from the signal section. Okay, it's something we added recently and it's extremely contributional. So the way to enjoy the signals, there are basically two ways. From the outside, when I'm looking at the lists, and I can just pick whatever asset I want. Let's say this one, maybe pound versus the dollar. Okay, so for me to see the whole thing, I have to expand it again. You remember? Okay, we minimized. The second way for me to do it is basically to do it through the signal section itself. Now, the advantage in here is that I can pick the asset and see if it has a signal or not. You see, sometimes it doesn't have it. And if it has this blue lightning thingy, if I click it, it opens the signal. Basically, this is the signal. This is how it's built. It's based on technical analysis. We're gonna just understand in a minute. But first, I want to show you the other way and the advantage that we have with it. So if I'm looking from the inside, I can basically pick my asset and see if I have a signal or not. And if I do it from the signal section, the biggest advantage that I have is basically that I can see it's lined up from the minute that it was produced. Okay, I hope that you can see it's lined up from the signal produced time. I guess you can understand the logic why I would probably want to grasp the signal as soon as it came out and not a signal that was produced some time ago. Okay, if I compare a bread that just came out of the oven versus a bread that came out from the oven, I don't know, a few hours ago, it's not going to be as good. Okay, and my metaphor is because the signal is produced on a certain price. Okay, it was produced on a certain price, and the levels that we are getting, I'm going to click on view signal. Okay, nothing special. Basically, to execute a trade, just for you guys to understand how simple that is, to execute a signal from the to basically execute a position through a signal. Let me just show you just quickly how fast and easy that is. So this is first time I'm clicking. Let's suppose we're going to carry on with the, yeah. So this is second time. Okay, and I can just click sell or buy, and it's gonna already prepare it. You see? Okay, now we're gonna understand the meaning of what it means, support and resistance, just in a nutshell, to understand how to enjoy the signals a little better. Okay, so let me go back. Just a second, I'll go back. There we go. Okay, so that's how it's gonna look like. Very simple. We're gonna expand it again. One more thing you want to make sure before you're validating the signal is basically to confirm that this is daily picture. What we're seeing here, levels, you see 1.25900 is not a number that I can see from where I'm standing now. I don't see that signal. Richard, you're not seeing the signal. Can you explain what you mean by that? Should be there. This lightning, like I said, this lightning icon. Anyway, okay, so you see that it only goes down to 26,205, and we need 25,900. So why is that? That's because every candle on the chart is 1 minute. We're looking at a minute time frame. Each candle is a minute. Okay, and this is daily. Each candle on that picture is daily. So I want to see the same numbers. Okay, and now I can go a little down, farther down. Okay, and then I can see where that line is. Now it's not showing it at all. I am afraid, Richard, you might need to contact the customer service or your account manager. There might be something needed to be fixed. I don't know. Sorry, I can't help. Okay, so yeah, so as I was about to say, this is the bottom area in here, and the reason that I'm showing you this is because the signal was produced currently to the, where are my numbers? It was on the outside, right? We had the buy and the sell price. Let me look at it. You see, this is the entry. Okay, this is basically where it was analyzed initially, right? And if I'm taking a signal, I just want to make sure that the take profit and stop loss, which are basically, I'm going to explain to you in a minute what they do, they're in the right place. I'll explain to you why. Let's suppose we decided to go with the pound versus dollar, no problem, and we decided to go with the, just a second, with the sell scenario. Okay, there is a buy scenario, there is a sell scenario. Logically, it means that if I'm taking the buy scenario, what I want to happen is that the pound will overcome the dollar, will go stronger than the dollar, or the dollar will be weakening. Okay, anyway, I want the pair to go higher. And if I go with the sell scenario, so I want to sell, I want the value to go lower, then I make profits, and vice versa. If I'm buying and it goes down, I have a loss. If I'm selling and it goes up, I have a loss. Okay, very, very simple. I suppose we're going to go with the sell. And now we have two things suddenly marked on a certain price, showing us our potential profit or potential loss. Okay, no problem. Now, how does that work exactly? Take profit is a price that I ask the platform to remember to close my position with a profit. There is a question, where is your margin cost? It's right here. It's right here, Venetia. Thank you for the question. It's right here. I'll get to it. We'll have a bit more comprehensive. Okay, if you would be patient for a few minutes, we'll get to it. But basically, it's here. Okay, I'll explain about it more. Yeah, what I was about to say, very simply, guys, is if I'm gonna go with the sell scenario, that means that my ambition is that take profit will be in a lower point. As I was about to explain, this is the price I ask the platform to remember. And if it gets to this price, it goes farther down to that price. Let me just change it down here. There we go. So I can make $26. And if it goes against me to this price. Okay, now something here doesn't really add up. Why? Because my possible profit is 25, my possible loss is 85, right? Now, why does that make no sense? We're not going to go too far with it. I'm just going to tell you that there is something called profit and loss ratio, which we based our strategies upon that. We don't have to, but it's a very common thing to do. And I guess that the sell scenario could be less active because it was already produced when, let's see, well, not recently. Oh, sorry. What did I do? Okay. Now, if I go with the buy scenario, that's a different story. That's a different story, right? Suddenly the buy scenario, oh, what just happened? Did I change that? Oh, hope not. There we go. Now it's vice versa. So the reason that we're confirming the support and resistance, which I'm going to show you now what that means, is because we want to enjoy the signal to its full extent and know that the levels that we acquire by using the signal are valid. Okay, and we, God forbid, don't end up on levels that already occurred. Okay, because again, as I've explained, the signal was analyzed and it has a buy scenario and a sell scenario. Okay, is this clear though? Just to basically, I don't just want to show you something. I want to show you something and for you to be able to implement it, not just to mark like a list. Okay, is that understood? Do we have any questions on that? Any questions, guys? Is it mandatory? No, Yu-Chen, this is not mandatory to do. This is not mandatory to do. This is, like I said, this is to like some kind of preparations. Okay, I don't have to do it. I can click on something here. Just click on something, doesn't really matter. I can click on this, see view signal, and click sell, and everything still happens by itself. But I'm teaching you that so you can enjoy that, just so it would make sense. Yeah, could be the case, Yuri. Could be the case. I'm very sorry for that. There is a question here. What is the best lot size to use? Mini lots, micro lots, and standard lots? That's very depending on your strategy, Natukunda. But I can show you a way. Can show you a way to measure if you are capable of taking the position or not, with how many lots you can basically trade. Okay, guys. So this is regarding the signal section. I think we went through. Do we pay for signals? No, Isaac, no. As far as I'm concerned, you are not paying for the signal section, and this is exactly why I'm showing it to you. Okay, the signals are produced by the Trading Central company, and they are, well, presently they are free content. They are free content. You can use it as many times and as much as you want. You can use my preparations or not. Like I said, to Yu-Chen, it's not obligatory. Okay, we're gonna go down to the news section, which is my next station. So in here, it's like I nearly forgot, guys, about technical analysis. I just wanted to give you the idea so you can get your head around it with support and resistance. Yeah, just before I carry on. So what I was about to say is that the signal is analyzed through support and resistance, support and resistance. And the way that this works is basically there are certain edge points on the chart based on certain pivot points we can see. And the way that this works is extremely simple. We can find support and resistance in each and every time frame. Obviously, it's going to look different. And this can potentially indicate the full movement, okay, the momentum, the motion, what we expect that can possibly turn around a certain level that it can breach through, and so on and so on. And the signal is based upon that, okay, and it's elaborated quite nicely in here at the bottom. Okay, just wanted to show you that. And we're going to carry on with the news section. Okay, so as I said, this is technical analysis. This is fundamental analysis. Now, the beauty about that section, I'm going to show you a couple of things. I can refresh, and then it's going to refresh. I can filter it by, this is also by the Trading Central, by the way. And I'm just playing around with the different, you see, as an example, we're going to looking at oil. Okay, and it's showing me here at the bottom that it's related to oil. Thank you very much. Let's go with, I want to show you something. You see, as an example, there are certain things. This is an example. It's related to two assets already. So I can trade the pound versus dollar and the euro versus dollar thanks to this piece of information. This is, again, part of the free content, so why not to use it? If I go further down, I have the economic calendar. Okay, this is one of the most useful tools that we have. Also, I can filter here. It's basically it's very simple. I can just pick the flag that I want. We're gonna go with the, where is Japan? Okay, we're gonna go with a yen. Okay. Oh, it's marked also on different things. So I'm gonna teach you a trick how to. Let's see if it will work. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is, there you go. You see, if nothing is marked, so it cleans the list, and then whatever I pick is individual. Yeah, it worked. You see, now it's only going to show me Japan. If I take off Japan, it's going to show me everything. You see, and then I can pick whatever I want. Now, the nice thing about this economic calendar, it's giving you how big of an impact we suspect that the event is going to have on the market, from low, medium, and certain things with high. The way that this presented is we have the last, if it's a reoccurrence event, the last, actually it's going to show you that even if it's not a reoccurrence event, but it can show you the forecast. This is what I was about to say. So this is what happened last time. This is what happened last time. If it's a, you see, this is something that has reoccurrence as far as I'm concerned, and we have what we expect to happen. So that's how it's segmented. This is what happened last time. This is what we expect to happen. We suspect maybe or expect that will happen, and this is what actually happens. And this is something that will only be revealed when the event is after it happened, right? We're not going to get that unless the event already occurred. What else I want to show you here? If I click on it, it's going to reveal a little more about what it does, what it means. Basically, here I can pick the dates, and just here I can search if I want something specific. Okay. It's showing me all kind of things, but if I filter it to the currency that I want, right? I don't want to delay too much about that. I think we're going to carry on with ease. Is the news available on demo account? Yeah, absolutely, Jan. Absolutely. That couldn't be more right. Okay. So we're going to carry on with ease. I think this is the right time to actually begin with the second part. Guys, do we have any questions about the first segment? Something that I said didn't make sense? Anything basically you want to ask at this stage? How do we recognize the different instruments and interface Forex CFDs and options? Well, Yuri, I don't think you can enjoy options on this interface. Now, CFDs is an umbrella that wraps around everything. Okay, I guess that we can consider Forex as currency pairs as CFDs as well. It's not really how can I say it, a periodical a contract that can expire between currencies, but it's also a contract, right? That's also based on a difference. Which difference? This is the difference. This is how many euros. This is, sorry, yeah, this is because this is the euro versus the Canadian. This is the value of how many Canadian dollars 1 euro is worth. Now, as you can see, the euro is stronger than the Canadian dollar, and this is why it's worth more than 1. Okay, I hope it makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so you don't have to really think too much. Basically, everything here is at the based on categories. You just click what you want, and it's already folding down the necessary list. Okay, everything is CFDs. We also have futures and so on. Okay, so but thank you for the question. Okay, so let's carry on. We're going to begin with the second part, as I said, and we're going to carry on with the web trader for this webinar. Let me think of an asset that I would like to show you today, guys. Just a second. How's copper doing? Silver? I just want to show you something that has a little action on it. Maybe like oil. Yeah. Oil doesn't seem too bad. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to begin with picking an asset, just a random asset that we pick. There is no specific reason for that. I just think that the chart here is pretty interesting. Let's put it this way. It happened to have a signal. Okay, we're not going to use that for now, but we can if we want. And then we're going to click buy, just so we can get this nice sidebar, and we're going to expand the chart back again. I'm going to give you a nice guide through about what's happening over here, just so you can access the things that we need to get information from the chart. Okay, so this is the search field. Basically, I can just type down an asset and pick it from the list here. And make sure that when you switch, I'm going to show you something. Make sure that when you switch, you don't forget that side. You see that I'm still marked on oil, right? You don't want to do that because you're looking at NASDAQ, looking at US_Tech 100 when you're basically can execute the position for oil. So you don't want to do that. You want to click on buy or sell just to fix that side. Okay, if you're doing it from the lists outside, it shouldn't be a problem. You just pick. Okay, there is no confusion. Okay. Yeah, so we have the search field. We also have the time frames. What's happening down here is that I can drag down. You see the toggle here? You can drag it down to get more time frames. Otherwise, it's showing me down till here. Okay. We also have the candlesticks that we can analyze with, but if I feel like I'm wanting to have this one, maybe I can change from the candles. This is quite crucial with the crosshair. Okay, this is the crosshair that we're getting by default. It allows me to click and drag. It doesn't have anything from the chart. But if I'll switch to the crosshair, then you see here at the squarey thing at the left upper corner. Now I have information from the candles, and we can you can validate what I said about. See each candle here. You see the date 21st. This is, you know what? Let me pick something else. I'm gonna show you in a minute how to place the line as well, though. This is the 21st of December as it's showing here. This is the 22nd. We're gonna go over the weekend. This is why they are blunt. This is the 25th. This is I think this is when Christmas, when we had Christmas, and then we have the New Year. Also, it was closed during the weekend. Okay, but as you can see, the reference, the date is changing day by day. 25th, 26th, 27th. We're gonna switch to weeks just for the sake of the discussion. We're gonna see 7 days difference. I hope that you can see that. Okay, we're gonna carry on. In here, I can split the chart. Okay, just gonna show you how I done it. So I'm clicking here on the layout, chart layout, and I can basically determine how many how I want the layout to sit on the chart. This one, it's indicated to charts. Okay, we're gonna go back to the. Okay, is it with oil? Yeah, perfect. And what else? We have the indicators. We're gonna place just RSI, click, drag, and click save. Now I have it applied. So that took like 5 seconds. What else? Yeah, the lines. You saw that I marked here the date. I just want to show you how simple that is. I'm just gonna click here on the tiny arrows. We're gonna fetch the timeline, just clicking on it, then clicking on the chart, and then I have it. Then again, clicking on it, put it on the chart. So it's gonna remember what the last shape that I use. So if, for instance, I'm using this one, you see it's staying on that one, then I can click it again and place it on the chart. Extremely simple, and I can get rid of everything at once, just clicking on the tiny arrow and clear drawing. Okay, and the indicator as well, the same way. So we're going to click on FX indicator, X, and save. Can we trade from the chart? Can you trade from the chart? I'm not sure that I'm following your question. If you can elaborate, that will be amazing. Okay, so guys, how exactly do we go about it? Let's suppose I'm an absolute trading view style. Yeah, this is trading view style. It's trading view style. It's almost the same. You see, I'm just opening the chart here. Buyers. Oh, I think what you meant by that, I think, is quick execution order, right? I don't think we have it here. I have to prepare my position. I don't have the quick. It has a name. It has a name to it. Oh, one click trade. One click trade, I guess, something like that. No, we don't do it this way in here. But you can do it with MT4 and MT5, no problem. Yeah, so how exactly do we go about it, guys? We have oil here. Let's suppose I'm absolute beginner. I have absolutely no idea what those numbers are. I just don't know anything. Let's put here crude oil. Okay, and there is one thing that I do know, that when I'm trading, I want to make money. It's something that I do know. Now, how can I know? The first thing that I'm going to begin with, you see, let's suppose I take, this is actually very interesting, very interesting. Let's suppose that I rely on this bearish candle. Actually, there are a bunch of them. Let's suppose that we think it's going down. Okay, as an example, we think it's going to go down. Now it's $70. Okay, and I want to make, how much I want to make? Let's say $500. Okay. Now, the next thing that I want to check in this list, this 4-ingredient list, is the time. Can somebody think of a reason why would I want to think of the time that I want to trade across? This is 500. Okay, if I'm making it in an hour, is that okay? How many hours do we have a day? Actually, I can't trade 24 hours a day. Let's suppose I want to trade 10 hours a day, right? So if I make 5 hours, if I make $500 an hour, I basically make $5,000 a day during 10 hours. That means that I can make, let's see, in a month, approximately $150,000. That's, you have to agree with me, it's pretty good, right? Let's try 1 day. Yeah. Let's do 500 multiply. Again, I can't trade a whole month, but just for the, okay, so if I make $500 a day, I make 50,000 quid. That's still not bad, right? Let's try 1 week. 1 week, $500 in a week. How many do we have a month? $2,000, still not bad. Let's try 1 year. Anyway, you get my point. The reason that I want to choose the time is to know if it's worth it for me or not. If I'm trading oil and I want to make $500 a year, is this really worth my time? Would I agree to work a whole year for a salary of $500? Not even close. So the time is something that I want to schedule to determine my trading style. It's also helping me choose which candles I'm analyzing, right? If I'm trading daily or intraday or weekly, I won't be bothering analyzing minutes. I mean, I can, but it's not as relevant. It's not as effective. Okay, so there are a few flavors which we can choose that can help us choose the time. One is to know which candles I'm analyzing. Two, to know that it's worth our time. God forbid, if it would have been like that, it would have been a disaster, right? It's not even enough for groceries. Now, let's say that $500 is actually a figure that we can be okay with, and let's suppose that we have it down to 1 week. Let's say a week. A week is not bad. $2,000 only with oil. It's not bad at all. Movements. Okay, so who can tell me what the movements are? What exactly is moving on the chart? What is the only thing moving on the chart? Right now, I'm not doing anything. Okay, let me just wait. I moved my hand out of the crosshair. Now something is still moving. What is moving, guys? Who can tell me? Nicia, what is the cost for overnight? The cost for overnight is called. I'm just replying to you so everybody can see your wonderful question. Oh, I'm not sure if I've done it or not. Let me try it this way. I hope now it's yeah. That exactly the price. The price is what's moving. Thank you, Nikita. So the movement are actually the price differences. Movements are price difference. That means that I'm looking at $70 per barrel. Oh, let me before I carry on with what I wanted to say, I just want to give Venetia the answer. So what is the cost for overnight fee? What I'm going to do is as you can see, the sidebar is divided to two parts. One part is in here, the order entry. In here, we have the instrument details. I'm going to click on the instrument details. It's showing me the buying and sellers. Okay, if I scroll down, I have to do it, I have to scroll down a little to see the overnight fee. Okay, otherwise it doesn't show me that. Can you see down till here? If I scroll down, it's going to show me the overnight fee interest for a buy and for a sell. Right in here, it's also divided for a buy and sell. It's obviously it's different. Yeah, and you can compare it with the value of your position. So let's suppose that the daily is, where's the oh, there is the daily. So this is in percentage, right? 0.25% for, but this is it for a buy or a sell? Let's suppose we're going to take the annual one, right? So we're going to take as an example, let's do it later. Let's do it later. I don't want to confuse now I don't want to confuse anyone, but we're gonna. I hope we have time to try it at least once. So you guys were absolutely right. What's moving in the chart is the price, and this is why it's called movement. Now, if I'm looking at $70, the now price, let's go. Now price is 70.2, right? And we have the gold price, which is, let's say, well, we are with a buy, but we said we're going to go with a sell. Yeah, could be. Then let's say that from 70.2, we're going to take it down to 68.2. Now watch what happens. I'm going to go with 0.01, which is the bare minimum that I can take with oil. And because we are with a sell, the take profit should be underneath. As I have explained prior, when I'm buying, my intention is it will go up. When I'm selling, then my intention is it will go down. This is why my take profit should be in a lower point when I'm selling. And my stop loss should be in a higher point to protect me. So we're going to make it the same left to 72.2. And we see that something doesn't, oh, we didn't change it. Or we did. Yeah, now we did. Yeah, we're going to place some lines just to remember what's going on here. So 72.2. See, it's being a little naughty sometimes that it doesn't let you land the number that you want. You see, it's messing around. What you can do is just, you can take it from here. Oh, sorry. We're going to take it from here, and we're going to either copy and paste. I'm going to click it now. I'm going to click it twice quickly. And I'm going to land it right here. We can even maybe paint it if we want, really. And we're going to try and change that as well. So it's going to jump straight to where we want. Okay. Isaac, can you briefly explain practically the moving average on the graph? Okay, let's apply it. I really hope. Oh, we don't have it. We don't have it, but we have the ATR. I can explain to you the ATR in a minute. You know what? Actually, that leads me to my next subject. So actually, thank you for doing that, Mr. Isaac. Okay, and okay, so what's happening here? What's happening here? Let's just recap real quick. So we said we have a goal. We want to make 500 during a week, and that's fine. We have the price per barrel now. But wait, Danny, something doesn't make sense. We have here 10, and this is 0.01. Okay, can somebody explain to me why when I'm taking 0.01, I see 10 barrels? 10 barrels. And it's also say here in the value, 700. That means that this is indeed 10 barrels. How is this possible, guys? Can somebody tell me? I'm gonna leave it as a riddle just for the next 2 minutes. So first we're gonna speak about the movements, and then we'll understand why when it's 0.01, it's 10. Okay, now regarding the movements, what I have applied is called average true range. It's one of the accelerators. The way that it works is it's going to measure the length of how many candles that I pick. In this example, it's 14. You see, there is one packs, it's wielders, and I've marked it in yellow for, well, basically there is no reason. And it's going to grasp 14 candles here on the chart, okay, which is what I've asked. You saw here, 14 is the length. And what is the indicator is doing is just it's measuring the movement in each and every day, and it's drawing down the average true range. It's giving you the range of how much it can approximately move. Now, this is not a guaranteed number. Okay, it can also, maybe it will move $2, maybe it will move $1. It's not necessarily going to be 1.4921. Okay, it's just the range. It's just a range, and it's based upon what I've explained, the last 14 candles. Okay, and what it allows me to do and the way that it helps is because if right now I'm at 70, let's suppose that my take profit is at 68, right? During a week. Okay, let's switch it to a week. Okay, and I know that the average, I don't know if you saw, but it's changed by itself. I didn't do anything. Already did it by itself. I changed from days. It was 1.49 per day. Now it's per week, 5.4 per week. Now, what I'm asking, this 68 from 70, that's $2 away, right? It's $2 away. $2 away. I want to ask you guys if $2, is it in the range or out of the range? What do you think? What is bigger, $2 or $5? Easily in the range. Thank you, Alex. Easily in the range. So if it's if it's easily in the range, okay, that means that the number that I see here can confirm that my ambitions is not far-fetched, and I can expect the number here, 68.2, is actually it's a number that I can expect that it will occur in the next week, right? If, for instance, I would have asked, let's go something, even that is kindly on the edge, but still in the range. Maybe in here it's a little out of the range. You see the differences? You see the differences. In here it's 64, it's $6 away. In here is 68, it's $2 away. This is how it looks like $6 away. In here it looks like $2 away. Okay, and it can confirm whether if it's far-fetched or not, but it can't guarantee anything. Okay, Now, we have $2. We want to make $500. I'm going to give you the equation now. It's very simple. Summary, okay, divided by movements equals units. So that means that $500 divided by $2 is how many barrels do I need, guys? I want to see that we've made progress, guys. How many barrels do I need? If I divide 500 by 2, how much is that? Who's going to give me the right answer? Nice, very nice, very nice. I see some people here did a really good job. Okay, thank you, Abraham. Very good. Okay, 250, perfect. Now, we're going to try and see if it's going to change both sides for 500. Let's try. We're going to place the 10 that we have here to 250. And that matches, that doesn't match for some, oh, we got to change that. And we're going to change that as well. Okay, and that's very, very close to what we want. So 500 and 500, perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. Okay, and now we want to validate one last thing, that we can acquire this position. How much money I need to open this position? Guys, how much money does it cost, this position? Let me write down a few things here. There is something called value, there is something called leverage, and there is something called margin impact. Now, the way that it works is very, very simple. We're going to take the price per unit. We're going to multiply that by how many units? And we're going to have the value. In this case, 250 multiply what? 70.4. Just a second, 250 multiply 70.4, and this is exactly the number that we already have here, which is, like I said, the leverage. The God forbid, that's the value. Okay, so if we take the value, why is that important to know the value? That's because of what Miss Venetia asked, right? How much a position, how much it cost, how much overnight fee cost. So how much does it cost? This percentage that we saw here, down at the bottom. What percentage? Percentage out of what? Percentage out of the value. Percentage out of the value. What is the value? The value is how much this position worth, and how much does it worth? 17,000, right? Oh, it's what a shame. Took away with the buy. Yeah. Just a second. We're gonna fix it, guys. 72.47 and 68.47. Okay. Okay. Now the way that this works is extremely simple. We're gonna put down the leverage here, also 1 to 10. One last thing is the how much we really need, which is called margin impact. So what we're gonna do, because leverage, what it does is it multiplies buying and selling power. That means that my 10,000 will behave as if I had 100,000. It's not entirely accurate because there is some tiny collateral that I need to have in my account, which is called a margin impact. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide 17,600 by 10, and what the result is simply, sorry, it should be this way. This is the number. Okay, very, very simple, guys. You don't need to think too much. It's already here. This is the advantage, by the way, of using the web trader, right? MT4 and MT5 doesn't give you that, but you can come to here and confirm it. Okay, are there any, unfortunately our time is up, guys. Are there any questions? Any questions to what I said so far? Anything you would like to share with me before we call it a day? Why it's 10? Okay, I'm not sure that I'm following. If you can elaborate. Oh, why it's 10? Thank you, Boris. Why it's 10? I forget. I forget. The the reason that it's 10 is because one lot equals to 1,000. You see, it's very simple. It's actually very simple. So 0.1 is 100, and this is why 0.01 is 10. I'm sorry. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, you guys have I wish you best of luck with your trading. I hope you all learned something, at least one small thing here today. So I wish you all best of luck with your trading. Make a lot of profits. I hope to see you tomorrow, and have a good day.